Hello, my beautiful people. It's Coach, and it is Sunday, which means we should have done what? Meal prepped and prepared our week. We should be ready to take on the week ahead. We should be excited about the week ahead, and we should be looking forward to the week ahead because we are prepared mentally and physically for the journey. So today's video is going to be talking about keeping the focus. And of course, you know, I got my little motivational music for me. You gotta feel motivated for yourself, you know? So, we're gonna talk about keeping the focus, keeping our vision, keeping our straight ahead tunnel, and not worrying about other things that mean absolutely nothing to your journey ahead. Okay? So, relax yourself, mentally free yourself, calm yourself down from a long Sunday, and be prepared to just take on the week ahead without the stressors that come with it. So, let's hop right on in. So I want to talk about keeping our vision, keeping our focus when it comes to meal prepping. And as everyone knows, I've been on my journey since 2014. I've been on, I've been off, I've been in between. I've been, trying to figure out what's working for me and what wasn't working for me. And I can tell you that what doesn't work is not being prepared. What doesn't work is quitting on yourself when you know for a fact you should be doing something to help yourself along the way. Now, I'm not going to say my journey is perfect because that's far from being perfect. However, I can say when I keep myself in tuned with me mentally and physically, I know what happens with my body and I know exactly which way I want to go. So this video, I just want to talk to you about keeping your tunnel vision and keeping your focus. Because there are a lot of things that go on throughout the entire week that can keep us off course, that can help us say, you know what? It's okay. Had a bad day. I'm not even worrying about staying on track. I got other issues going on, and I'm an emotional person. So when I get emotional, I'm going to emotionally eat, which is the wrong way to be because we have to have self-discipline, which comes in with self-control. So I know for me, I am a snacker. I love to snack. That's my weakness. So I know that preparing myself for the week, I have to keep snacks on hand because instead of me being a foodie and eating food most of the time, I'll be a snacker and snack here and there. So sometimes I'll get off track if, one, I do not prepare my meals for the week. Two, if I feel as though I'm a little stressed out, work is getting to me, the emotional things of life is just too much to handle. And I know for myself, it's like a mental feeling and like a gut emotional feeling. Like if something is stressing me out, my mind says, eat something. Just eat something sweet. Grab some chips. Grab a piece of candy. Grab some chocolate. Just eat and just eat and just eat to make you feel better. And all the while I'm eating it, I know that it's not meant for me to have because my brain will come back and it'll say, hello, I don't think we should eat this because you're not going to feel really happy about this at the end of the day. Yeah, it's making you feel happy right now, but in the long run, you're going to be upset. You're going to be mad with yourself because I ate this knowing I could have had a better alternative. I could have made a better decision and I could have taken myself out of that emotional equator of eating just to eat when I'm emotionally stressed and found something better for myself to eat as far as like I could have grabbed some almonds, some raw almonds. I could have grabbed a piece of fruit. I could have grabbed a quick salad if I would have had something made. So it's just staying focused on what it is that you want to accomplish instead of just saying this is the here and this is the now. Oh well, yeah, I prepared my meal, but you know what? Oh well, let me just go and do whatever it is that I want to do because I want to feel better about me, and I feel better if I'm emotional, and because things aren't going my way, I'm just going to emotionally eat at that moment. So we want to be able to be self-conscious of what it is that we're putting in our bodies, and also self-conscious of what it is that we want for ourselves. Because I always say, if you surround yourself with people who are not aware of what they're eating and who have just no control over what they're putting in their mouths, 9 times out of 10, you're going to fall in that equator with them. You're going to fall in that emotional, I'm just going to eat what I want to eat. No one's going to tell me how to eat. It's okay that I eat this way. But then at the end of the day, you want to see, I didn't advance in my journey where I needed to be. I didn't get to the point where I am happy with myself, which means I've gained back the weight. I feel bloated. My skin is breaking out. I'm not happy with myself. Things that happen when we connect food, unhealthy food, with our bodies. Things that just come together and connect that we don't even be aware of because we're not conscious of what we're putting in our bodies. So for this week and every week going forward, I really want you to focus on being able to stay in your lane and to stay focused. And what I've learned from one of my greatest gurus is that you have to be able to separate real life from real life. And it's easier said than done. You have to be able to separate real life from business and real life from work life, because these things happen. Like, you can wake up tomorrow, and those of you who have children like myself, your son could wake up and say, hey mom, I don't feel well, I gotta call out from, I gotta be out from school, and whatever the case may be. That's real life. He just doesn't feel well. Or it could be you got a phone call that just made you stress out, or something dramatic happened in your family that's making you stress out. And again, for me, I'm an emotional eater. So I realized that in my second year of being on my health journey, that I'm an emotional eater. If me and my husband have a spat and I'm not in a space that I feel like it could be really bad, or I feel like we're not communicating, or I feel like something is a little off, I'm an emotional eater. I'll eat because first, it just triggered me to think that I'm going to eat something and I'm going to feel better. But in reality, I'm going to eat something and I'm not going to feel better. I'm going to feel better for that moment. But however, my body is going to just show off everything that happened along the way of me being emotional, because we have to be able to control those things. And normally what I do is when something stresses me out, especially during the work week, for those of us that work out of the home, those of us who have families and other pressing matters that are detrimental to us, we definitely want to make sure that we're separating life from our self-help and our self-love, and us being able to focus in on yourself. You being able to focus in on you. So prime example is, you can go to work and the work day is just not going how it is supposed to be, and you are prepared. You have packed your lunch, you have packed your snack, you have your breakfast, and you are like, I am staying on focus today, and I'm just going to stay in this situation, and I'm going to make sure that I eat exactly what I brought in today. Nothing's going to deter me from this. But however, let's just say you and your boss get into a disagreement, or they're giving you extra work on your shoulders, or for those of you who are on the phones a lot, you may get customer service coming in, or whatever the case may be, something that's just going to trigger something to stress you out. And instead of you going towards what you have prepared and what you packed, you're like, you know what, forget this. I want this from this store, and I'm going to eat this from this store. You got some candy, you got some chips, you got this, and then you're just eating, and you're not even staying focused on what you have prepared. And then by the time you do go back to try to eat what you have, first, you're not hungry, and then second, you're like, why did I do that? Why did I not stay on my course? Or how did I allow something to trigger something inside of me to just take me off the course? And I like to take time out to, when that happens for me, when I'm an emotional eater, and when I feel stressed about things, or when I'm just real hungry, or sometimes you get that jittery feeling because you don't eat because you're doing so many things in the moment. You have to just decide, you have to take a step back. You have to refocus yourself. You have to utilize your brain, and you have to think about what it is that you're wanting for yourself in this particular time. And how are you going to get there if you keep going backwards? So it's like you're reverting back to your old habits, but you want to stay going forward. And it's like you're playing tug of war with your brain and with your body, because one moment your body's releasing the fat, it's releasing the belly fat. Your back fat is going away. Your thunder thighs are coming into place. You're seeing your body form into this phenomenal piece of artwork, but then you're like, but I still want to have my this, and I still want to eat this, and I still want to snack on that. And it's like you're tug of war, because you want your body to be a certain way, but then you're eating things that do not enhance where you want your body to go. So it's all about staying focused and staying true to you, which means that when you're preparing your week, you have to just think about what it is that you want to eat. And I normally think about what I'll have for my breakfast. I'll write it out. I love Google Calendar, and I put everything on my Google Calendar, because I get alerts to my phone, and it'll say, reminder, you have to do this, or you know how it is in your Google Calendar. And it's connected, of course, to your Gmail. So if you have Gmail, you have Google Calendar. So you want to make sure that you're utilizing those things. And if you've never utilized something to keep you accountable, it's the best tool to actually utilize, because first, if you get a reminder, you're either going to, one, look at that reminder and say, I'm going to stick with it, or look at that reminder and just say, all right, I completed it, knowing good as well you never completed the reminder. So, for me, staying accountable is I put everything in my Google Calendar, and I make sure that I'm prepared for the week. So I make sure that I'm preparing my meals. I'm preparing my lunch. As far as my dinner is concerned, I prepare those when I come home, because my family, I gotta, get the feel of what we're going to have, what we're going to eat. And sometimes I like to prepare my meals for the week for my family. But for the most part, I prepare my lunches, and I prepare my breakfast, and I also prepare my snacks. So it's a good investment within yourself to prepare those things, so that way you're already on course, you're staying on track, you're focused, and your eyesight and your vision is straightforward, and you're going in. It doesn't matter what happens, you are focused. And what happens is when you do that, you start to say it becomes easier. You start to keep little reminders to yourself, and you start to reward yourself, not with food, but with new clothing, new earrings, new hairstyles. Getting your nails done, getting massages. These are the things that rewards are made of when you are doing something for yourself that's going to enhance your overall health. So you don't want to reward yourself with food, but you do want to reward yourself if you stayed the course. If you have someone in your corner that's cheering you on and say, yes, you've done A, B, and C. So I'm so proud of you. Let me give you kudos, or, let me give you something to say thank you for, showing me how to stay on track. You want to keep people like that in your space. You want to keep people like that around you, and it helps enhance you. It helps you to grow. Excuse me. And I know for me, it has helped me throughout the years to see where I lacked at, how I wasn't being accountable for myself, and how I was basically making excuses for myself as to how far I haven't gone, or I wasn't able to accomplish this goal because I wasn't able to stay on track. And it's no one else's fault. But accountability, again, is key. You have to hold yourself accountable for the actions that you take and the actions that you do not take. Because nothing works unless there is action behind it. You can say it all day long, I'm going to do better. The new year come in, I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to be on this journey. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But if your actions, if you are not planning and you are not preparing and you are not keeping yourself accountable, it's never going to happen, because the only thing you're doing is talking and blowing smoke out of your butts to yourself and to others around you. But then eventually others around you like, yeah, she said that last year and she's still the same size, or yeah, she said that last year and she still ain't accomplished that goal yet. But if they see you putting in the action plan, and you're actually making those progressive steps to accomplish that goal of yours, then they can say, oh wow, yeah, she packed her lunch for a whole week, or she packed her lunch for a whole month, and she's really sticking to it. And I know it's hard, but maybe she's had a slip up here and there, and no one's perfect, because you will not stay on course all the time. You will have slip ups. And by being around the holidays, family love to eat. I know everybody loves to eat, and everybody just loves to just gather together, and you got them homemade pies, you got them homemade cakes and cookies, and you got grandma's biscuits. I mean, you got all those good things going on, but then at the end of the day, you have to hold yourself accountable. And one meal isn't going to make you fat, and one meal isn't going to make you skinny. It's all about healthy, and healthy looks different on everybody. But at the end of the day, it's about accountability, keeping your focus, keeping your goals in sight, and taking actionable steps. So this week, I want you all to focus on taking those actionable steps. I want you to write out your plan. I want you to sit back and think about what can you do this week to actually start your progress, to put you in that notion to say, I'm going to do better for myself this week than I've ever done any week. Or not to say, oh, I'm going to start, but I haven't started yet. Because the only thing that's stopping you from starting your health journey and to get your health and fitness on track is you. You can say all day long, I got kids, I got husband, I got job, I got school, I got relatives coming through, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I got exams, I got to take the car to get an oil change. You can have all these excuses in the world, but the only thing that's going to actually matter is when you take the proper steps to put your plan of action together and make it happen. That's it. So this week, we're focusing on accountability. This week, we're focusing on what can we do this week that's going to help us to have a great week. And if you haven't prepped your meal tonight, if you haven't prepped your whole entire what you're going to have, it's okay. But don't let that mess up your entire week. Don't let one day of you not preparing yourself mess up your entire week. Take the necessary steps, and if you don't know what you're doing, you have no idea on which way to go, I am here. I will coach you through it. I will show you my meal plan. I will show you my actionable steps. I will help you. The only thing that you have to do is reach out to me and want the help, because you can want it all day long and you can say that you want it, but if you're not taking the steps, that means it's not that important to you. And I'm not sure about anybody else, but my health is at the top of the food chain right now. Me being healthy and me being able to walk up and down some steps without getting out of breath, me being able to go to the doctor and the doctor not saying you have X, Y, and Z, I need to put you on A, B, and C, that is important to me. And I want to stay out of that radar. And yes, some things are just, out of our control. But what we can control is preventative measures, taking preventative measures to help us. High blood pressure, it's preventative. If you take the necessary steps, if you do your research and not always believe that you have to be on whatever, X, Y, and Z there is. And if you do have to be on X, Y, and Z, then you still can do things to help enhance your health that can keep you at a minimum with X, Y, and Z. So I just want you guys to stay focused, keep your tunnel vision together, keep your plan of action on you, write it in your book, take a journal, get on Google Calendar, plug in. And if you don't know how to utilize Google Calendar, I will be doing a video on Google Calendar, and I will post that on my YouTube channel, and it's coachyolanda.info. So you want to go there and you'll be able to see that. That will be posted this week. So that way you will be able to see how to use Google Calendar and how I use Google Calendar just to make my days more easier and more calmer and more flexible. Especially because I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and life is hectic, and that's just what happens. But if we take the steps now, we will benefit in the latter run. If you take the steps now, by the time you know, those days come where you just want to fit those jeans or put on that bikini or wear that dress, you'll have that body that you worked so hard for that it will become a reward for yourself. You want to reward yourself in those things because that's what it's all about, rewarding yourself and feeling confident in the skin that you in. And not to say that, you know, being a bigger girl is not sexy or cute or whatever the case may be. And not to say that being a smaller woman is not, you know, sexy or cute. It's whatever your preference is and what you feel like you need to do to help you. Again, this is Coach Yolanda. I am here to help you along the way. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to be your cheerleader. I'm here to say that we can do this together because let me tell you something. Being on this journey, it's not easy. It's not one of those things that you can say, oh yeah, I got this. I can just be on this journey by myself, because it's really not. It's a very hard journey to carry on your own. But when you have support, you have accountability for yourself, and you have someone that's coaching and guiding you along the way, it makes it more easier and more manageable, especially when you have those intricate moments that can teach you and those intricate moments that mean the most to you, especially when you're trying to get things done in a busy world that we live in. So again, this is Coach Yolanda. I want you ladies to enjoy the remainder of your great week. We are here to have a phenomenal week, and nothing and no one is going to stop that. And as always, do something great and fabulous for yourself, and your health is number one. All right. Make sure you have a great week, because I'm going to make sure I have a great week. Prepare your meals. If you haven't prepared your meals, try to prepare your meals. Just try it. Just look forward to it. Try something small, nothing big, nothing extravagant. Just simple, small meals can mean a big of a difference. Okay? If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at rockandropfitness22@gmail.com. That's Rock and Drop Fitness, the numbers 22@gmail.com. And of course, you can see me on YouTube at CoachYolanda.info. If you want more information, if you need help, you can always messenger me here on my fan page, and I'll be more than happy to assist you. Let's make it. Let's work. Enjoy your week, ladies. Bye.